That's crazy. Even though a jig makes total sense for these laydowns, the fish want a topwater, not a jig. And like every bite I've had on the topwater, man, they are just angry. That looks like a prime area right there. Holy smokes. Well, what's going on, folks? Welcome back to TRF. Hey, I can almost guarantee. Matter of fact, I'm gonna give it the TRF approval guarantee that I'm gonna catch a lot of bass today. I should be going backwards. I should be going this way. Because we are at a location today, a beautiful private water fishing lake here in Texas called Red Hollow. It is just west of Fort Worth. The lake is actually comprised of two different sides connected via a canal. And in my kayak, I can fish both today. But enough talk, I'm gonna get my rods and all my equipment in the native Titan X, and let's get to fishing. Goodness gracious, whoa. Whoa. First cast with the topwater. All right, how big are you, my friend? Gosh, feels like a nice one. Grande, oh, it's not, it's just extra powerful. Whoa, grateful to have my first one here. They are strong. They are strong, strong, strong fish. Look at that. Topwater walking bait to the face hole. This is my first fish of the day, but it's nowhere near my first cast of the day. We had a few problems getting ourselves on the water. Good 2.5 pounder, we'll take it. The first of which being setup-wise. My GoPro, as you can tell, is kind of at a super low angle. That's because I forgot a very crucial piece when it comes to filming, and so my GoPro had to be zip-tied. I guess tip number one, bring zip ties with you everywhere you go, because I zip-tied my GoPro down there. So sorry for the very, very crotch-focused angle today, and foot-focused, if that's your thing. So lots of low angles today. The second thing that potentially could make fishing hard, maybe not, is that I get out here and the conditions are nowhere near what I thought they'd be. So from everything I had read about this lake on the private water fishing website and the drone shots and stuff I had seen, I thought it was gonna be like full of grass to the point where it's like cheesed out across the whole thing. The only techniques that work are punching and frogging, and you got snot grass everywhere. That was not the case. Matter of fact, I pulled up today and after a little rainstorm, and the water is relatively dirty. The homeowner has told me there's hardly any vegetation at all. They put some carp in here and I guess it killed most of the grass. And so it's just kind of like your standard farm pond now. So like I said, there's two different sections. We'll fish this main one, about a third of it, and then we'll hop to the other one and then come back to this main one to finish out. And so seeing the conditions being different changed what lures I was going to throw. So I actually rigged up a few different lures for what I thought were going to be the conditions. I had a topwater frog, I had a 3/4 ounce tungsten thunder cricket vibrating jig, and I had a football jig that I was gonna drag maybe around some deeper edges of grass and rock. And obviously these conditions are not, these water conditions, lake conditions, are not good for those lures. Looks like a max depth, at least in this pool, this northern side here is 6 feet. So none of those lures were applicable. There's nothing to throw a frog on. So I made the switch to a little swim bait because I saw a bass blowing up small threadfin on the bank. And immediately I hooked up. There we go. Oh man, I was like, I did it. I did it. I caught one. Nope, 3-pounder. And that told me pretty quick that I probably shouldn't be throwing a jig head swim bait with an exposed hook on the bank. So I put that one away. We went to retying all of our stuff and I put on a topwater walking bait, a jig, and a Strike King hybrid hunter because I feel like if there's dirty water, they're gonna want they're gonna wanna be hunted. And if you're new to the channel, hybrid hunter is my thing. I love the hybrid hunter. I love it basically all times of the year. And so that gets us to where we are right now. As Editor Taylor says, it ain't never easy, but hopefully the fishing should be easier from this point on. Now for the rest of the conditions, we have overcast skies. That's brand new, haven't had that here in Texas in quite a while. And you can tell I'm in pants and a long sleeve, and for the first time in a while, I'm not complaining about how hot it is. And that's because it is 75 degrees outside. Oh, what a blessing. Pretty major cold front, at least for this time of the year. Blew in last night with some rain, which will make water clarity worse in a body of water like this that has several creeks running into it. But I mean, it's not that bad. If this is bad water clarity, 1 to 2 foot, I'm not concerned at all about the fish biting or not biting. Water temperature is 78, so pretty much early fall here in Texas. And I'm just working the bank with a Topwater walking bait. Something just busted on some shad right up there. I'm about to catch this guy. I'm about to catch this guy. Watch out, folks. Watch out. 3, 2, 1. Oh, man. He spooked the other way. And to be honest, today is a perfect day for a small little finesse, you know, white buzz, or even a black, just a buzz bait in general. But guess who doesn't have any buzz baits with them? Me. I guess I just haven't thrown a buzz bait in a long time, so I didn't pack any in my kayak bag. But I should. So after this, I'm going to pick up some buzz baits because I need them. Now the plan today, every good fishing day has a plan, and that is to catch an 8-pounder. I've not caught an 8-pounder this year. I've caught several 7s, but my biggest bass has not crossed the 8-pound threshold. So that's my goal. I think it's attainable in this body of water. They have several 10s that have been seen and or shocked up in here in fisheries surveys. Am I gonna catch it in 2 foot of water on a walking bait? Probably not, but I might catch it in 7 feet of water on a jig. So anything short of 8-pounder today is unsuccessful, and I know that's a huge goal, a lofty goal. Oh, I had a bite. He must have dropped it, and I set right into a stick. Got one. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We just dobbing around the brush pile. Come on in here, buddy. He was not hooked very well. Kind of think no. I thought he was gonna shake off, but he was not. All right, first brush pile. Oh, my camera's down there. First brush pile bass of the day on the Cage Fighter jig. 2-pounder. Maybe less than 2 pounds. And I probably shouldn't make so much noise around a brush pile. My kayak's already slammed into it, so I don't think it matters all that much. All right, well, it's good to know that they will bite a jig in the brush. And there's not really a whole lot of wood in the water that's off the bank. I've fished 2 already and only gotten a bite on 1 of them. So I'm gonna go back to burning down the bank. I moved the camera a little bit, and this is how you move a kayak without paddling. I think that'll get a better hook set angle. Yeah, I should. Because here on TRF, we live for the hook set. Oh, wow, it gets much deeper over there. It gets to like 12 feet, okay. Interesting, can I scope? All right, there's too much stuff on the screen. I gotta throw at it real quick, all right? I promise, folks, I'm not a scoper. All right, they're not biting on the scope. I'm sure that appeases many of you out there. Ha, he's got a fish like the rest of us today. Oh, goodness, I just had one annihilate me, totally miss it. Maybe he's still hot. Maybe he's still hot. Gosh, holy cow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gracious, that was insane. Gosh, dang. Okay. Wow, you, my friend, are angry. You should take some medication for that. Oh, stinking 3-pounder. That guy is not short on energy. One of the hardest bites I've gotten in a long time. Just a 3-pounder, but gosh, chunky, beautiful. Genetics up shallow on the walking bait. Yes, sir. If you miss a bite on Topwater, man, always cast right back there, especially if the fish was hot. As in, they like chased it multiple times and ate it. You can usually get that fish to bite again, and if not, the next cast, go back in with a follow-up lure, like a jig or a soft plastic worm, something like that. Cooked bacon egg sandwich, have an extra, do you want one? Hey, sorry about that. Right as you yelled at me, I caught one, so.
No problem. I've got a little bacon egg sandwich if you're interested.
I would,
one extra.
Yeah, I'd love that.
Okay, I've got a conference call in about 5 minutes, so I'll scoot down here.
Okay, I will pedal over to you. All right, thank you.
See you, man.
Delicious. Have a good one. Would you look at that, folks? Homemade bacon, egg, and jam sandwich on sourdough from the homeowner here. Oh, heck yeah, that's good. See, this right here is why you join private water fishing, because the homeowners will make your breakfast. This is so good. This is delicious. It is refueling me to go catch some big ones. I got to post an IG about this. Okay, so good. Now, what a blessing. Well, we have now entered the canal between the two parts of this lake here. I guess between the two lakes, really. I fish my walking bait along both sides on stuff that looks good, but I do like how the wind is blowing into this canal. I'm gonna fish a hybrid hunter in the middle of it because they are sure as heck not on the edge. Now, in bodies of water like this, contour changes are very, very crucial. So most of the bank is mud. Anytime you have rock enter the equation, there could be fish there. Anytime you have a deeper slant of the mud, there could be bass there. So you really got to pay attention as you're fishing. And already in this one, I'm seeing a little bit of rock right there. I see some rock on the bank over there and quite a bit of timber right here, which either means it's deep timber or shallow, but I'm kind of guessing it's, well, it's 6 feet of water. That's not bad. And throwing a crankbait around laydowns is not smart, but you got to risk it for the biscuit. I'm just kidding. Jig time. Ooh. Oh, no. Why am I thinking trees are fish today? I'm really being fooled. Cool. One knocked it. Y'all can't see that. He knocked it completely out of the water. Wow. Come back for it, buddy. That was bananas. B-A-N-A-N-A-S. That's crazy. Even though a jig makes total sense for these laydowns, the fish want a topwater, not a jig. And like every bite I've had on the topwater, man, they are just angry. That looks like a prime area right there. Oh, gosh. Holy smokes. Oh my gosh, I told you. I told you guys. Whoa. Whoa. Hello, how big are you? How big are you? 4 pounds? Gosh. I wore him out. Get in here, buddy. Just look at that. Absolutely T-boned the thing. That guy wasn't getting off, was he? Okay, I think we found the pattern. That was one of the most vicious topwater strikes I've had in a long time. Always use pliers here, boys and girls. Okay, not 4 pounds, but 3 pounds. Nice, beautiful fish. Thank you, my friend, for giving me the thrill of a lifetime. That was a heck of a time, and if you're not subscribed, you're missing out. That fish was exactly where it should have been, and the bite was life-giving. As the song goes, I like it, I love it, I want some more of it. It seems to me like the fish today are in a mood of aggression. They need to be triggered. It has to be a reaction strike. And I don't know if I just haven't given the hybrid hunter enough, of an attempt yet, or if the topwater is just better, but I'm gonna stick to that for probably the entirety of this pocket here. My speed of retrieve really doesn't seem to matter, but if fish are that hot, that aggressive, man, I'm gonna retrieve this thing left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, pretty dang fast. My confusion is, how am I not getting bit on a jig in this stuff? That was a bite. I think I had a crappie. Think I got me a nibble. There we go. There we go. Got one. Oh my goodness, holy cow. What do I got, a bass? Yes, 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 big one, big one, big one, big one. I had to basically burn, oh my gosh, no. That might have been my fish. That might have been the 8-pounder I was looking for. Oh, it might have been, I wouldn't say might have been, that was a dang giant. Ah, son of a gun. I couldn't get a good hook set. It was kind of backwards. I had just gotten a bite from what I thought was a crappie, and I got the bite as I brought it up from the bottom and hit the sticks that were near the top of the brush pile. And that's not the first time it's happened today. A lot of the other brush piles, I've gotten bites on the way up, and I'm like, oh, it's just crappie nibbling on it. I'm not quite sure if that is crappie anymore, because that was a giant. Man. That is telling though. Now that I think about this, that fish wanted to eat up. It wasn't chasing my jig down to the bottom to eat. It waited until my jig almost hit the surface until it ate it. And so that kind of confirms the behavior patterns that I've been thinking about these fish exhibiting today. I'm definitely gonna work my jig a little faster in brush piles from here on out. But that's a bummer. Big time bummer. And it's about time for my sunglasses because the sun is poking out and I gotta clean them off though. And also a good time to tell you guys about my discount codes for all of my sponsors. So sunglasses, life jacket. I've worked with Blue Storm. They are a PFD company out of Japan, but their US base is in Minnesota. And they're just an awesome company. They make some really good products. I wear a life jacket in every single kayak video that I make because it's important to keep yourself safe out on the water. This is the Atmos 40 in the Cryptek pattern. They have a collaboration with Cryptek Camo. And if you don't like auto-inflate ones, they have some great normal PFDs as well. But you can use code TRF to save 15% on your order. And sunglasses at Amphibia is TRF20 for 20% off. So some awesome deals. If you're into helping out the channel, that would be great. I would appreciate that. I will leave the exact life jacket I'm wearing and one that's a little more, I wouldn't say budget friendly. I mean, an auto inflatable PFD is a nice product anyways, but a slightly cheaper version of the Atmos 40 down in the video description. So thank you all in advance for checking that out. I'm so sick of setting the hook that way. I gotta turn my body if I'm gonna actually flip that way. I should catch one over here. Oh my gosh. Wow. Ruined a perfectly good spot. Ooh. Oh. Woo. Woo. Almost got a spook in my toes. I'm surprised. I've worked all throughout this little back corner of the creek here and I ain't caught one. It's weird. I feel like especially in the early fall, fish would start pushing back up into this creek deal, but does not appear to be the case. Color me shocked, or don't color me at all. There we go. Oh, come on. Oh, I hate jig hook sets in my kayak. Got it, there we go. Okay, all right. Hey, we got one, folks. Feels good. It was a brush pile I didn't see because it wasn't sticking up above the surface, but I saw it on the scope. So the cage fighter jig got him. I'm seeing some bigger marks down there. So as much as I like that guy and I'm grateful for him, it's not the size I'm after. There's a few grandes down there. There we go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What a horrible cast. There we go. Got myself a giant, finally. Saw one out in the column and finally made a good cast at him. Backwards hook set, but who cares? Come on now. Come on now. Yes, sir. Yes. Oh, whoa. Look at that horrible shaped bass. This dude is not healthy at all. Still got the cage fighter jig in the face, but probably only goes 6 pounds because of how unhealthy he is. Definitely a dying off fish. Super long though. It's a good tournament fish. I have an online tournament I run all year long called the TRF Challenge Cup on the Fishing Chaos app. And even though private water lakes are not allowed in the tournament, at least for a fish to count, I run the tournament. So I can do whatever I want. 22.5. Definitely an awesome fish, but not the size I'm looking for. I want an 8-pounder. The monthly regional winner, so southern region, northern region, and the Florida, Texas, California region. Whoever catches the most inches of bass in a 5-fish limit in each region wins a brand new Mach combo every single month. So I will leave it down below if you want to go check it out. Again, it's totally free to enter. Casting at suspended fish, and I finally got one to eat. I don't think there's many out there, but the first big mark I finally saw was a bass, and he ate, so gonna keep an eye out. I don't think that's gonna be a pattern, to be honest. Okay, now we are done with the second lake here. Gonna head back to the first. I just think there was more bass in that one. Population's higher. Of course, it is a bigger lake, so that usually is the case. And I also think with the wind, we probably have a more active population than this stuff back here, which is pretty dead still. And I'm not even gonna fish in the canal. But I will fish this point again, where I had an aggressive fish. And I've got a pretty large southern end of this lake, a little bowl to fish. Lots of shoreline, I wouldn't even say timber, just little stick-up bushes. Matter of fact, I'll put a B-roll shot on the screen right here. And then I think down by the dam, I have a little bit of rock, some hard clay, and some standing timber. So I think we'll catch a few more, maybe get our 8-pounder. I am shocked that I haven't caught one down this bank yet. This is crazy. There we go. There we go. Oh man, I think I've got him hooked weird. Because he's fighting very odd. He can't be that big. He can't be that big. I'm gonna play him like he is though, but pretty sure I got him by the, oh, whoa, whoa. A little bigger than I thought. A little bigger than I thought. Come on now. Yeah, I got him under the chin. How do I get you? Can you shake off? I caught him. Technically not, but I did. There we go. Heck yeah. Beautiful fish. I mean, I guess he was next to that little barge sticking out of the water, but not really. He was just kind of in the area. Thank you, my friend. Super chunky. I believe these are Camelot Bell strain of bass, which is a Texas-based genetics program that makes them healthy and aggressive and fat. So definitely glad to get another bite. I'm surprised it came all the way down this bank here. And I don't think there was really a rhyme or a reason. That bite came 7 feet off of the edge of that barge. So I think I just gotta keep covering water. I fished some brush piles with this thing. I fished some brush piles with a jig. And the fish, just kind of classic fall conditions. They're all kinds of spread out. There is no pattern. It's just go fish. Hope you run into enough of them. Kind of what makes fall fishing fun, but also frustrating, is that there really is no pattern sometimes. Oh yeah, come on. If I don't get a bass there, something's wrong. I know it's the second time I fished that little point, but there's gotta be one. What? Huh? I got my toes in the water. Well, we're gonna get this thing on the road. I haven't had any food today. Not recommended. Let's get back to the truck. And here we are, folks. Same angle as earlier. We meet again, but this time to finish the video, not start it. Now, am I pleased with how today went? Absolutely. I mean, how could you not be? I caught a good number of fish. I caught one pretty large fish, and I had a good time, but I did fall short in my goal of catching that 8-pounder. And any day that I can be in the native Titan catching bass is a dang good day. So thank you all so much for watching this episode of TRF. Hopefully you enjoy the kayak episodes. I love getting out here in a kayak. It kind of brings me back to my roots. The bass boat, crazy, fancy electronics, all that kind of stuff, but a kayak, even though it's a fancier kayak, it still makes you feel connected to the lake. And honestly, I'm more relaxed when I kayak fish than when I bass boat fish. It's not even close. Now, if you did like this episode, I've got good news. There's more where that came from. I will leave my last kayak video, which I believe is an uncut, up here in this corner, and my Topwater Lures Masterclass. I caught most of my bass today on Topwater. I'll leave that up here in this corner. My name's Tyler. As always, my kayak and all my tackle are linked down in the video description. Check them out if you can. I'm gonna get this truck on the road, get some lunch. We'll see y'all next time.